Android.
Community efforts to save Joplin's Memorial Hall grow as the possibility for demolition looms overhead. I'm Samantha Walker, and I'll have that story coming up.
Plus, the Carthage City Council begins the impeachment trial of Mayor Dan Rife, and authorities in Joplin charge a man in connection with shots fired in the city's downtown bar district.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
An impeachment trial for the Carthage mayor is now underway. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. After months of postponement, the Mayor Dan Rife's impeachment trial began around 3 this afternoon. The Carthage City Council filed the articles of impeachment accusing Rife of violating his oath of office and failing to fulfill his duties as mayor. One of the articles claims Rife signed a check without City Council approval. Late today, Rife's attorney cross-examined City Administrator Tracy Cox on that issue. We do have a reporter at the trial. Watch for an update on KOAM News and on our website, koamnewsnow.com. Some Joplin community members are coming together in an effort to save Memorial Hall. The Joplin City Council is in talks to demolish the building, which was built in 1925 as a memorial for World War I veterans. According to city officials, demolition would cost roughly $5 million, while repairs and renovations would be closer to $37 million. 2 years ago, a majority of Joplin voters said no to a bond issue that would have funded renovations to Memorial Hall. But KOAM Samantha Walker spoke with those who believe there are other options for the future of that historic site.
Joplin's Memorial Hall is a notable site in the downtown landscape, being used as a community space and venue for decades. A partial roof collapse in June 2020 closed the building. Since then, its future has been unsure, but earlier this year, City Council members voted in favor of demolishing the facility, with plans to potentially turn the site into a park.
Staff has been pursuing a process that's been council directed to solicit proposals for design firms to take a look at the site and the potential for a future park and American Legion facility. So we've gone through that process over the last couple months and few weeks. We've selected a design firm to bring forward to council on November 4th and get the next steps of that process.
For some people who've recently walked through Memorial Hall, they say it's their opinion that the building can still be saved and that demolition shouldn't be the only option.
Nothing felt dangerous, nothing felt like it was going to come down. And I was fortunate enough to walk through with people who are very experienced when it comes to historic preservation and even in the construction aspects of it and what it actually physically takes. And I mean, we were all of the opinion that there's no reason this building should be torn down.
Jill Hallbach is the chair of the Joplin Historic Preservation Commission and one of those involved in the Save Memorial Hall campaign, which hopes to encourage alternative options to demolition.
I feel like there are numerous other options. I don't think that anyone has like one set package deal option right now. And I would even go so far as to say maybe those of us who are advocating for Memorial Hall to be saved don't have one big idea for it.
Some encouraging options other than demolition emphasize that a revitalized Memorial Hall could be more beneficial financially than something like a park.
You know, it could be used for conferences and conventions and things like that. Of course, various types of, either performing arts or projection arts and things like that. It's been used for sports in the past. I mean, there's a lot of different things like that it could be used for, and it was in use regularly up until 2020.
For now, they hope City Council stays willing to listen to community concerns and be open to possibilities beyond demolition. Reporting in Joplin, Samantha Walker, KOAM News.
Organizers with the Save Memorial Hall campaign encourage community members to stay informed on what's happening in City Council meetings and attend in person if you can. The next Joplin City Council meeting is scheduled for November 4th. Big weather changes ahead. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy.
Yeah, we have a severe threat which is going to be returning for us. This is going to be Wednesday evening. Tonight is going to be nice and calm, but pretty good severe threat moving in as we get after 4 p.m. tomorrow. Level 3 out of 5 on the Kansas-Oklahoma side. Level 2 out of 5 in Missouri and also northwestern parts of Arkansas. And this is going to be for all modes. So we do have a tornado threat and a big wind threat as well. Looking outside right now, it's still warm. We're sitting right around 80 degrees, even into lower 80s once you get into our western counties. Through the evening, we slide back through the 70s, but we bottom out right at about 70 degrees. Have some clouds, which have been shooting through, and it's been super windy. Look at this, southerly winds sustained at 20, but gusts near 50 throughout the afternoon. So we're going to be talking about all these changes here in a bit.
See you soon. Jasper County authorities charged 3 people for unlawful gambling activity. 3 citizens of India have been charged with felony promoting gambling. The arrest stems from a Joplin Police Department search last week at Spin Hitters, a local gaming machine location. Police seized business records, cash, and 47 machines. All 3 suspects have posted bond. Spin Hitters has remained closed since the search warrant and seizure. You can follow the story as it develops on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Authorities charge a man after shots were fired in Joplin's downtown bar district. 23-year-old Cade James Gilpin was arrested, accused of unlawful use of a weapon following an early Saturday morning incident on the 500 block of South Joplin. An investigation determined Gilpin was involved in an altercation. Gilpin was in the city parking lot. He fired a gun, and 22-year-old man was struck in the eye by a bullet fragment or piece of debris. The victim was rushed to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Gilpin posted a $10,000 bond. City of Joplin wants to invite the public to a meeting concerning improvements along Route 66. Topics will include plans to make pavement, sidewalk, traffic, and safety improvements along Route 66 or Joplin's 7th Street. The open house style in-person meeting will be on November 7th from 4:30 to 6 in the Joplin City Council chambers. For more information, just go to our website again, KOAMnewsnow.com. Pittsburgh State University is getting $5 million courtesy of Uncle Sam. The federal grants are to improve and update scientific equipment in chemistry and physics labs. U.S. Senator Jerry Moran had supported the funding and was on the campus today for the announcement.
How we can upgrade our labs to make a standard labs for incoming student, as well as to provide them hands-on experience on new technologies which is coming into the market. For example, Panasonic is coming and there is a not many program which is teaching a student how to use or test batteries.
The university says the school wants to stay on the industry cutting edge, so the students will be prepared to walk from the classroom to work upon graduation. District championship on the line for 2 area high school volleyball teams. John Dales has a preview of Jasper versus Liberal coming up later in sports. But up first, young voters at Crowder College get ready to head to the polls for the very first time. For a lot of members of the Gen Z generation, this is going to be the very first time they'll vote in an election. KOAM's Lonnie Walton took a trip to Crowder College in Neosho to get an idea of what these young voters are looking for.
Along with the presidential side of it is also the amendments, which I think are also really important to be thinking about, because it's not only going to affect me but everyone else.
Malin Wright is a freshman and first-time student voter. She wouldn't get too political, but she has some strong feelings about her November vote.
But obviously the abortion amendment is super important to me just because I am a woman, so that's about all as far as I'm going to go with that.
Katie Fish, also a freshman and first-time student, says there is one thing on her mind this election: education.
The lottery fund, the Arkansas Lottery Fund that goes to Arkansas education, and there had been disputes about how that money wasn't really going to education. It was just going to a random account in the bank.
Fish isn't the only one with education on her mind.
Sports betting, that has to do with education as well, so education's super important to me. So
education and just their laws.
Cindy Brown, Director of Public Information, says this is a significant opportunity to build a better society.
This is their civil duty to vote, and so we want to encourage them. We have students who may live a little ways away from here, so we encourage them to get an absentee ballot.
Wright wants to set an example for everyone in her generation to vote.
Really doesn't take a lot of time out of your day, especially if you're already educated of what you want to pick or select.
We're very thankful the students allowed us to interview them. Although students shared some of their views about their votes, they kept the most personal views to themselves, which some may say that's their right. Reporting in the O Show, I'm Lonnie Walton, KOAM News.
Brown says the college is required to sponsor a Constitution Day event, and at that time, students had the opportunity to register to vote. Pittsburgh Rotary Club hosted a forum today featuring candidates for Crawford County Sheriff. The president of the Pittsburgh Area Chamber of Commerce moderated the event with candidates Danny Smith and Billy Tomasi. The forum was open to the public. A little later, college volleyball is starting to heat up. John has a preview of the Lady Lions versus Drury tonight coming up in sports.
Plus, we have a severe threat moving in tomorrow evening. All those details coming up. Well, of course, another warm and very windy one once again for us today. Temperatures lower 80s, but the winds gusting 40 upwards to 50 miles per hour at times, like we have seen over the past couple days, and it's going to stay that way as we go into your Wednesday as well. Great shot of our Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex. You definitely see the flags blowing in downtown Joplin. Let's go outside, sitting upper 70s to near 80s, still lower 80s once you get into our western counties. 7th and range line sitting at 80, still gust near 40 over the past hour. We're going to slide back through the 70s, but with those strong southerly winds, we're not going to drop off much tonight, only down to about 70 degrees. South winds at about 20 miles per hour, but sustained. And then we're getting those gusts much higher than that, anywhere from 35 to 40. And this is what we're going to see on Wednesday. On Thursday, they'll start to come down a little bit. They'll also switch out of the northwest behind our cold front, which is going to give us thunderstorms by tomorrow evening. Pretty calm right now, minus the wind. We do have a lot of clouds kind of skirting through, but nothing underneath the clouds. Let's go west. Here's our big trough. This is our big storm system, which is heading in as we go through the next 24 hours. That will give us that severe threat. In fact, zooming in, level 3 out of 5, severe threat tomorrow evening from Fort Scott back toward Independence and Bartlesville. Level 2 out of 5 on the Missouri and also the Arkansas side. Timing 4 p.m. until about midnight. Main threats, hail and wind, but I am going to elevate our tornado threat, wind threat, and also rain threat with these showers and thunderstorms, which are going to be pushing through. All right, pretty calm tonight. Clouds thicken. Most of the day is going to be cloudy. Random sprinkler too, but some sunshine will start to peek out mid to late afternoon. See these little guys popping up ahead of the main line? So this is 3:34 p.m. If any of these could get going, these would have the better potential to rotate, meaning tornadic potential. If those can't get going, then we won't see anything until mid-evening. We'll see these pass on by. Here comes our main line. Here's 5:30 p.m. At this point in time, remember the sun sets early. Now, I mean, by 6:30, it's pretty much dark. So our tornado potential drops. We switch more to a wind potential, but we could get some of those bowing segments, and with that, sometimes we get small spin-up tornadoes. Here's 7 p.m. Let's drive through the evening, making it to the I-44 corridor, 9 or 10 p.m., meaning Pittsburgh, Joplin, Carthage, Neosho, and Miami. Continuing to push through, severe threat mainly out of here by midnight. Most of the rain out of here by the time Thursday morning rolls around. How much rain could we get? We'll see where those heavier bands set up, but I would say on average, just about everybody should see 1 to 2 inches of rain, which we greatly need. 69 in the morning, 77 by noon, high temp of 80 during the afternoon. Then down to 65 on Thursday, 70 on Friday. Rain back in over the weekend. Not much in the way of severe weather as we head into this weekend, but heavier amounts of rain over a much longer period of time. So we could pick up quite a bit. And of course, the clocks fall back 1 hour Saturday night.
It's been too long since we've had widespread heavy rain. We're glad to get it. Thanks, Doug. Still ahead, Missouri Southern Volleyball hosts the Drury Panthers. And a preview of tonight's district championship between Jasper and Liberal Volleyball. John Dales has those stories and more up next.
notifications of job vacancies at our station, please notify the EEO coordinator at KOAM TV, P.O. Box 659, Pittsburgh, Kansas 66762, or call 620-231-0400. KOAM News Now is an equal opportunity employer.
Prearrange your services at Bath Naylor and Frisco Funeral Home today.
In our democracy, your vote matters. Make your voice heard. Get registered. Seek out reliable reporting on the candidates and issues and vote on or before November 5th. Visit vote411.org. This message is furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Quapaw Casino's Hot Seat Cash giveaways are paying cash every single day. Join us Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 6 to 9 p.m., Friday and Saturday from 6 to 10 p.m., and Sundays from 1 to 5 p.m. with cash drawings every 15 minutes. And don't miss Forever Young, Wednesdays from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. for cash drawings every 10 minutes. Play today, win today with Quapaw Casino's Hot Seat Cash giveaways every single day at Quapaw Casino, where there's always plenty of cash to win. Quapaw Casino, Miami, Oklahoma.
Arvest Bank is so excited to send our pigskin winner, Deborah Griner of Carthage, to the Chiefs-Raiders game on November 29th with 2 tickets, free parking, and $100. How excited are you guys?
Go Chiefs!
Woo!
It remains an important time of the year for high school volleyball playoffs. Tonight we've got a district championship match between 2 of our local teams. Jasper and Liberal, the 2 top seeds in the Class 1 District 11 tournament. They meet in the championship this evening. Things get started in about 45 minutes. Of course, we'll have the highlights from this one later tonight at 10 right here on KOAM. The Lady Eagles have been outstanding this season. They hold a record of 31-1. Their only loss came against Pittsburgh, who of course isn't even a Missouri school. Liberal is 13-14, but swept both Sheldon and Rich Hill in the quarterfinal and semifinal rounds of the tournament. These 2 have played each other once before. That was 12 days ago. Jasper won 3-0. College volleyball is in the midpoint of its season for Missouri Southern and Pittsburgh State. The MIAA Conference Tournament is just under a month away. Missouri Southern is at home this evening with a non-conference matchup against Drury. We'll show you the conference standings in a second, but 2024 has been a real struggle for the Lions. They've won just 1 match the entire month of October. They hope to turn things around against the Panthers, who are right around 500 on the season. Here are the current standings in the MIAA for volleyball entering action tonight. As you can see, Nebraska Kearney leads away. Just 1 loss on the year for the Lopers. Right behind them are Central Oklahoma, Missouri Western, and Washburn. Now, Pittsburgh State kind of in the middle of the pack, currently in 7th place. Then, like I mentioned earlier, it's just been tough sledding for Missouri Southern, down in 11th place. Their lone conference victory came over Newman, who's winless in MIAA play. We're getting closer and closer to Division II college football playoffs as well. This week, we get our first look at the NCAA regional rankings. Now, these are the rankings that'll decide playoff seedings next month. But in this first edition, teams actually aren't ranked. This is just a list of the top 10 teams in Super Region 3 alphabetical, which includes Pittsburgh State. The top 7 teams from the region will make the playoffs. As it stands right now, 7 of the top 13 teams in the country from the most recent coaches poll, well, they're all in this region. So it's an absolutely loaded group. No matter what, the Gorillas will have a difficult road in the playoffs. Over to pro sports. Tonight could be the last Major League Baseball game until next spring. It's Game 4 of the World Series between the Dodgers and Yankees. Los Angeles has a chance to sweep. The Dodgers hold a 3-0 series lead over the Yankees after winning Game 3 in the Bronx last night. First pitch about 45 minutes away. Only 1 team has ever come back from a 3-0 series hole in MLB playoff history. That was the Red Sox against the Yankees back in 2004. That's it for sports. We're back after this.
Why not?
Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14 tonight. We're going to have the very latest from today's impeachment trial of the Carthage mayor. Plus, we show you where fans can go to feel like they're right in the World Series action, and why experts say you should book your holiday travel now. Those stories, a lot more, of course, it's coming up tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Some big changes coming in the weather in the next couple of days, Doc.
Yeah, we're going to stay windy and mild for us tonight, but thunderstorms tomorrow evening and tomorrow night. Pretty good severe threat with those, so we're going to watch that over the next 24 hours. Cooling down a bit on Thursday and Friday, and then another big storm system with rain chances Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday rolling in early next week.
People have been waiting for a gully washer for some time, and we're going to
get it.
Thanks for joining us. We're going to see you right back here for KOAM News at 10. Let's make it a great evening.